AI dashboard. Essentially, what we've done here is looked at different energy consumptions using key metrics from different cities across California to model their different data grid and microgrid locations.
So the essence of this project, it was completely inspired by increasing the vulnerability of power grids to natural disasters such as hurricanes, floods, earthquakes, and wildfires. So essentially, a lot of these events cause widespread power outages, and as renewable energy sources are integrated within these grids, they help to ensure stability within crises, and this whole idea becomes a lot more complex, which is why we kind of help to develop this platform to help better visualize energy grids and see which ways we can reroute these power grids to keep these power grids more resilient and more prone to actual disaster scenarios.
As you can see, we can look at the energy consumption for San Francisco, as well as electricity metrics and electricity consumption over time, which we are collecting directly from an API, updating every few seconds. We can also actually simulate a disaster for a specific city to look at how that would impact the microgrid and power grids that support that location. We can adjust different factors like the magnitude of the disaster, the duration of the disaster, or even choose what type of disaster we wanted to implement. Once simulating, you can see that the status of the power plants immediately are shot down. They're shot to be in an active state. And so we can see the load balancing chart that's generated. Again, this is real time, the real time demand that users are putting in, as well as we can also redistribute it to nearby power plants to eventually hit back that power load, looking at this time series data.
So in essence, we kind of built this project using React for the front end display and then JavaScript for a lot of the data processing. And we've included like an interactive map. And something else that we included here is kind of like a little chatbot feature on the bottom right. So essentially what this will allow you to do is it'll allow you to perform a sort of predictive analysis based off of the inputs that we were given. And it'll help the business as well as just the users gain a better understanding of the outputs that the actual software is putting out. So just zooming into Los Angeles, these different dots represents the different power as well as the different microgrids across. And if the user has any questions, they can feel free to simply use that chatbot if they need to.
Again, we can also see that our power grid simulation works for a whole variety of locations, and just the impact that it can have when evaluating these immediate responses is just critical to ensuring the safety and well-being of millions of users across the world.